Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are going to be doing a Boxycharm unboxing for the month of April. We're going to be going through all of the goodies that I got in this month's box, and I did receive the box a couple of weeks ago. I would say I did get it early April, which I was really glad because they kind of like redeemed themselves after March, because March was super late. So a couple of weeks after that we received this one. I just hadn't had the chance to sit down and unbox it and do this video. I did go out of town one weekend, and then as you guys know, I always just record in the weekend, so I hadn't had the chance to sit down, but I have been playing with some of the products in this box, and I am going to be going through all of that in this video. So as you can see, this is the look that I came up with. The box is themed around festival season, so of course there's gonna be some bold colors, some colorful highlights, and just a lot of fun things to play with. I'm going to be going through all of that, and I'm gonna be walking you through how I achieved this look using this month's box. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button as always, and subscribe to my channel. I love to have you as part of this little group of people that just loves makeup and loves playing with it and having fun. So yeah, if you want to see the full scoop of all of the products that I received on my Boxycharm box for the month of April, then please stay on and keep on watching. Alright guys, so we're gonna jump straight into it, and the very first product that I got in this month's box was the Bodyography Eye Pencil, which is this one right here. I don't know if I was supposed to get two of them, but I did. Which I thought it was kind of weird, but it's just a regular eye pencil. It's a metallic, like copper color. It's a color that I wouldn't normally use in an eye pencil. I usually don't use eye pencils that, you know, are like the ones that you sharpen, but this one is a super smooth coconut oil infused eye pencil that glides on without dragging at the delicate skin around the eye. And it says that it's rigid enough to provide a crisp, clean line, yet can easily be smudged during application for a perfectly smoky effect. And these guys retail for $14 each, which I do think is a little bit up there for a eye pencil, when again you have so many good options at the drugstore. But alas, we did receive these. I did not try this one today, or I haven't tried it out since I got the box, again because it's not something that I used today, and I didn't know also like how to use it with this eye look. So that was the very first product on our box. And moving on to the next one, we also got the Appeal Holographic lip gloss, and it is by Appeal Cosmetics. This guy retails for $21, and this is the second product that we received from this brand. I believe this brand is new to Boxycharm. The last product that we received was the gold liquid eyeshadow, which was super nice. It had a really nice applicator in there. You did have to layer the product a little bit to get that full opaque coverage of bold, like gold metallic, kind of like a foiled look to your eyelids. So that was that. This one I thought it was just a regular clear gloss. I didn't get that full holographic effect that I wanted to, but once it's on the lips, it does feel really good. I am wearing it right now. I am wearing it on top of an Ofra liquid lipstick, and once again I didn't feel like it made much of a difference. I didn't feel like it did have that holographicness that other glosses do have. I didn't see that from this one, and if you are looking for something that's a little bit like more of that holographic, that cool shift of color in a gloss, I do believe there are better options out there instead of this one. I see myself just using this one as a clear gloss when I'm not in the mood to use necessarily liquid lipsticks, and just having that full-on matte lip, and then I can use this one on top of that to make it a little bit more sheer, a little bit, make it feel more like a traditional lipstick. So that's how I see myself using this guy. And then moving on to the next product that I got, or products, this is a trio of brushes that we got by Luxie brushes, and this is their Summer Daze 3-piece brush set. It says it was curated for the perfect festival look that will last all day. Now looking at these brushes, I was a little bit confused as to how to use them, or how I would use a shape of brush like this one especially with these two guys. And even reading the description here, so let's start out with this one. This one is the largest of the three, and this is the 512 small contouring brush. And according to the description, it says that this brush can be used to, or is supposed to be used to, sculpt and define your cheekbones. So I tried using it that way, and I used a cream bronzer. This is an e.l.f. cream bronzer that I absolutely love and I've been using for a long time, so I do know that the product itself is great. But when I used it with this brush, it wasn't giving me like the nice smooth application that I wanted. It wasn't blending out the product well. I kind of feel like the brush is a little bit too flimsy to use with a cream contour. Maybe I will try again using it with a powder, but for first impressions and using it with a cream contour, I just didn't like how it applied it. For this product right here, I use a denser kabuki brush like this one. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush, and this one works amazing. I love this brush so much. You can use it for foundation, or you can use it for those cream contours, and it's gonna work so great. But for the purpose that it says it's supposed to do, or the thing that it's supposed to do, I didn't really like this one, and I wouldn't reach for it again. I don't see myself using it again. Also, I don't see myself using this guy unless it's just to apply a base, and I used this guy to apply the eye primer that came with a palette, which I'll get to in a second. I used this one just to apply my eye primer all over the eye, just to set that smooth base, and that's how I see myself using this brush from now on. Also, I would see myself using it for just like a rough nose contour. I did use it that way today too. I went into this guy once again, applied the tiniest bit, and just kind of like applying it to the sides of the nose, not necessarily for a super precise nose contour, but just a rough application of like bronzer on the nose. That way it's not gonna look like just one flat color. Even on those days where you're just doing a quick face of makeup, you want to go with something like this that's just gonna give you like a very rough application around the nose. So that's how I see myself using this one. And then the last brush, the one that I do see myself using a lot, is this guy right here, because you guys know, and if you've been following me for a little bit, you know that I do a lot of cut creases, and when you do cut creases, you use brushes like this one to get that nice cut on the crease when you're cutting the eyelid with some concealer. This is gonna come in perfect for that. It's the perfect shape, and it's the nice density then that you need to do that. So I do see myself reaching for this one. This one is the Luxie 245 small shader. It says that it's supposed to be used with a glitter eyeshadow or shimmer eyeshadows, which I haven't tried it for that, but I will, and I'll let you guys know. But for now, I see myself using it for cutting creases. Overall, I do think that Luxie has some great brushes. I just don't feel like these ones would be something that I would go for or gravitate towards upon like first looking at them. These were not something that I would be interested in, but I'm gonna keep using them just to get use out of them, if that makes sense. But this one for sure is gonna stay with me, and I know it's something that's gonna be useful for me. You guys know that I've gotten several Luxie brushes on my Boxycharm boxes. I have these two. I have another one. Where is it? I have another one right here. So these are ones that I've been using constantly, and I honestly use every single day for my powder contours for the centers of the face, underneath the eyes. This one to deepen out the contour. These ones are used and abused, and I love them a lot. And then something else that I got in this month's box that I was so excited to try out was the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder. It says that this all-natural, vegan, and cruelty-free loose powder highlight can be used on the eyes, lips, face, and body. It says that the versatile formula is highly pigmented and suitable for all skin tones. I really loved this formula. My very first impression of it was this thing's gonna have glitter. You guys know that when it comes to highlighters, I don't like it when you just get like straight up glitter and shimmer when you twist and turn. I like highlighters that are just a straight up glow, that make your skin kind of look like wet and very glowy that way instead of glitter. This one really impressed me because when you look at the package, you see kind of like the glitters in there, but when you apply it, it just goes on smooth and your skin just glows when it hits like the light in different ways. What I didn't like about this product was just the color. I feel like it's way too pink. As you guys can see, it's very like pink and purplish, which is not a color of highlight that I would go for. I did take this to Rocky Point with me and it was so beautiful. And even like now today, I know like the highlighter does not fit in with the rest of the eye look and everything else, so I didn't like the color necessarily, but I would purchase this in a different color because I really did like the formula. It is a little bit messy. It just does have like a shifter in there, a sifter, but overall like the product itself, it's a little bit too messy for my taste. I would like to try the pressed one because I know they just came out with a pressed version of this one, so I would try out that one over this one because I feel like with any loose highlighter, they're just so messy. And I prefer that other formula over this one, but that formula of loose highlighter was something that I wasn't expecting from it. Even in like watching the artist couture like Instagram and things like that, I do see that they show up a little bit too shimmery on those videos, and that was like the reason that I hadn't purchased these in the past, because I thought they were that way. But now trying it out in person, I was so excited that it's such a beautiful formula and it's a beautiful glow that I really like. And then of course you can also wet your brush and apply it that way, and it's just gonna give you a whole nother level of blindingness that some people are really like with their highlight. So I really did like that one, and it's gonna stay with me of course when I'm feeling this kind of color in my highlight, and something that's just that I know that it's not gonna be like putting on glitters in my body. And then last but not least, the star of this show. You guys know that I always leave the palettes to the very end, and the palette that we got in this month's box was the PUR The Complexion Authority Festival palette. This one retails for $36, and I forgot to mention the highlighter retails for $27, which I think is a fair price. You do get a lot of product in here, and I do see how this is gonna last me for a long time. So now the palette, it says in here, unleash the ultimate festival vibes with this limited edition 12-piece pressed pigment palette that's complete with bold, imaginative pigments that elevate your look, blah blah blah. It has metallics, eye-catching glitters, and this is a cruelty-free formula. So again, this one retails for $36, and I do believe the price is worth it for this palette. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the packaging in here, how like the glasses are shiny and the overall palette is matte, and the color story in here is absolutely beautiful. I will insert swatches right here, and the glitters in here are so stunning. Now, one thing that I did want to mention is that this palette also came in with the eyeshadow primer, which really did make sense that it came with this palette. This is called the Get a Grip Endurance Eyeshadow Primer. So when you applied this one, I applied it with the brush, this brush right here. This is how I applied the primer, and when you put it on, it's gonna stay sticky and you are gonna like feel it on your eyelids. So I really loved that, because when you apply the mattes on top of that, it's so effortless to get the color to stick to your eyelids. And when I went in with the glitter, you guys see the glitter on my eyes, the glitter just stuck to it. Now the other thing that I didn't like about the glitter is that it just went everywhere. I have glitter all over my hands, all over the top of my lids, as you can see, and I feel that that's because when you apply the primer all over your lids, whatever you bump into it, it's gonna stick. So even if you have like residue glitter on your fingers, if you accidentally tap whatever part of the eyelid you don't want, the glitter is gonna stick there, so you're gonna have like a fluff of glitter. And I know like my application right now is not super precise, and it's because of that, like the glitter just wants to like fluff everywhere. But I feel like that's with any glitter overall. And as as far as the look that I have going on today, I first started out with Epic, and I just fluffed that out all over the crease. I really did like a quick look today. It didn't take that long. I just did Epic all over the crease, fluffed that color all throughout very roughly with a big fluffy brush, and then to get a little bit more precise on that crease, I went with Hidden Desert right in the bottom row. And then to get really precise, I went in with All Night, the dark brown in this palette, and just used it on the outer V's of the eye. I deepened it out, I smoked it out on my lower lash line a little bit on these outer portions, and just applied it with a nice dense brush. Everything blended out nicely. And then of course for the lids, I used 24K Magic. These glitters are so amazing. Again, if you use the primer before, it's gonna stay sticky, and you can just dab your fingers in there, apply the glitter, and it's gonna go on so opaque. This is not gonna be one of those glitters that's gonna be mostly Vaseline in there. It is really nice, and the glitter in there is pressed nicely that it's not gonna be messy, so I really liked it. And I really like the mattes in here. The shimmers are beautiful. I didn't want to use the top row too much because I feel like these are shimmers that are super easy to do. I did use Psychedelic on the inner corners of the eye right here just a little bit, and it did work great. It showed up, and overall I really enjoyed this palette. The pink in here, I know it's kind of weird on my inner corners, but I really wanted to try one of those bold colors, and it worked great. It had a beautiful pigment. We'll see about staining, which I'll let you know, but overall it was a beautiful palette. It was a beautiful palette. I love that it has a mirror in here, and it was just an overall great palette to use. I loved playing around with it, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the look today. The lashes are large, the glitter is there, the color is there too, even though it looks kind of weird, but again, I just love playing around with it. And the look that I came out with, I think it was okay, but I wish I was a little bit cleaner with the glitter, a little bit more cleaner with the inner corner too. But overall, I just had a blast using it. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Overall, it was a yes for the palette. It was a yes for the highlight. It was a yes for one of the brushes, and for everything else, I feel like I was a little bit lukewarm about those products, but hey, that's 3 out of 5. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you are a subscriber of Boxycharm, let me know what you received, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you wish you would have gotten and you didn't, but everything in between. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you have any questions for me? Do you have any questions about the look and everything else? Everything that I'm wearing on my skin is in the description down below if you want to check that out. And that is it for this video, you guys. I do apologize if you were listening to a little bit of background noise. My house is being remodeled at the moment. We finally got rid of our carpet, which is something that I'm so stoked about. I feel like that's the epitome of now being an adult, that you get excited about having new floors, getting rid of carpet, just painting the house and all of those things. You're an adult when you get excited about those things. So that's what's going on in my house. So now after shooting this video, I'm gonna edit a little bit and then help my husband out a little bit. So I really hope you enjoyed watching. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for spending some of your time as always in my channel watching my videos. Don't forget that you can also follow me on Instagram to check out some pictures, some behind the scenes and all things like that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a wonderful day, a cooler day than us here in Arizona. It's already 100 degrees, so Jesus Christ, it's gonna be getting so hot in my filming room. But I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful day, take care, and hopefully I will see you right here on my next video. Bye guys.